Hello everybody and welcome to Fire Force Season 2 Episode 22 Anime Review. This week's episode we wrapped up this arc, which I was kind of surprised about considering we've still got 2 episodes left of the season to go, so it feels kind of weird that, you know, we're not going to get a major arc, but I guess last season did also end on a less, you know, impact. What is with all these shonen series ending on more calm arcs, you know, more setting the stage arcs? It happened with Demon Slayer, Fire Force Season 1 ended a bit like that. Now the second season looks to be going to the same way. But as for this episode itself, it was pretty alright. It wasn't been one of my favourites, it was just kind of like, let's wrap things up basically. Sort of how I feel about it. It wasn't bad or anything, but I guess unremarkable. Other than Arthur. Arthur was cool. That was a good pick. Arthur, yeah, he's probably my favourite character, isn't he? Yeah, I think I've been avoiding saying it. I mean, I've probably said it before, but like, but he is very good. He is very good. Let's get into the episode, see exactly how everything went down, and do this thing. We begin this episode with Shinra and Arthur fighting Giovanni. I didn't say it at the beginning, but yeah, the fight was pretty good throughout. But again, not the highest it's ever been, but you know, the highest is pretty damn high, I would say. So yeah, it was pretty good. They're fighting Giovanni. He's rambling on about this, that, and the other thing. Says the extinction of the world is imminent. I'm like, crap, we're near the end. You know, I don't know exactly where we are in the story, but I presume we can't have too much left to go realistically. Everything, the Tokyo Empire, the Amaterasu, all created for the evangelist's plans. So yeah, he's like, will you reject death? And they're like, hell yeah, we'll reject death. I forget the exact wording, but it's basically to that effect. And then he says, was it, you will find out just as your brother did? And then Shinra is like, what did you do to my brother? I will stab you in the eye with my foot. And then we see what happens to poor Sho. He's basically a doll now, and Hormea is putting makeup on him, and it's like very creepazoid. Arrow is looking on very perturbed, like, I'm not happy with this, which makes you think, so Sho was taken a long time ago, so he's been with them for a while, and presumably Arrow was in charge of him the whole time, like, because we saw Charon with Hormea, like, they'd been together since she was a kid, so presumably Arrow has been de facto parent, guardian, whatever you want to say for Sho, for a long time, and seeing Hormea be all, you know, bad things to him. I think Arrow's going to turn. I think Arrow will be like, nope, I'm going to do what's best for Sho and help out the good guys at some point. Maybe not a direct betrayal, but maybe like, I can't stand to watch this anymore. Maybe just like a single arrow to help out. And it's like, drat, you have forsaken me. Something like that. I definitely think Arrow is going to join the side of light somehow, though. Maybe that's just me. Could be wrong. Shinra, upon hearing this news, goes a little bit insane. He's like, okay, bitch, where the hell is Sho? And Giovanni is more than happy to give him some information. He's like, he's where all the pillars need to gather for the world to end, basically. So presumably they're going to have some final battle at the graveyard of fire or something. I don't know. I'm making things up. Shinra, of course, is pissed off, as you would be. He's like, fine then, if you can read my mind, I'm going to move so fast that you can't read my mind. And he does. He does his zippity-zappity thing. It's pretty damn cool and everything. And he told him that, hey, I sensed your bloodlust once. And then Giovanni turns orgasmic. And he's like, yes, my experiments, they were successful. Yes, how very glorious of all of this. It's because he's connected to Adola, because you can only Adola link with someone who has some connection to Adola, aka an Adola burst, or someone who has modified themselves like Giovanni has, or people who have, you know, had in contact with it. You get it. Which is weird because Shinra's like, hang on, I connected to Lieutenant Conroe of the 7th once, which is weird because as far as I'm aware, he's not, well, I mean, he's probably going to be the 7th pillar? I forget what number we're on. Is he 7 or 8? Hang on, I'm going to do the counting quick. Hormea, Sho, Shinra, Inca, thingy, 6th? I'll look it up afterwards, or people tell me. Someone tell me what he is. I've forgotten, or what he might be. I'm presuming he is one. Now he's gonna like, how are you gonna fight the evangelist who lives in another plane of existence, another world, another dimension? And then that's not good. Turns out they're also going to destroy the surface. By the way, remember the bombs they talked about last week, very briefly? Yeah, Giovanni sort of reveals that we're going to destroy everything, and that's That's not very good for our heroes, but more not good for the civilians, I would argue. Licht explains how the explosion will work to another's. Basically, it's gonna pshoom like that and destroy the whole surface. That's not good. It's gonna wipe out the entire Tokyo Empire. Actually, is what someone says. Maybe it was Thingy, Licht, maybe it's someone else. Hinawa shows up with Brose, how as I have now known him, because he's Maki Oze's brother, so Brose. It's very clever. I'm very proud of that one. They're like, we need a second generation that can control a wide area of flames. He can do it, I think, the brother, but not to a great degree. They're like, all right, we need Maki to be able to do this. And then out of nowhere, it's like, it's going to explode. It's like, okay, you didn't have very much time at all. Maki shows up. Turns out that the pin that she'd been given, the 8 pin, was actually a communicator that Vulcan had been using to keep her in the loop. Which I think I called. I'm going to say that I said that happened, but I don't actually remember, but I think I did. Maki is Maki's brother, Brose, is all like, but you're a girl, Maki, you can't be on the front line. And Maki's like, flipping excuse me, I'm stronger than you, which is true. And yeah, she does the, then there's more bad news, that Licht is like, yeah, even if this plan works, everyone in the Nether gonna roast to death, which is not great for everyone, basically. All the important people are in the Nether, so maybe don't do that. When I said everybody was going to die, that's not strictly the case. Tamaki would actually survive because she has heat resistance. It's not flames getting them, it's the heat would make them suffocate. But Tamaki is resistant to that, so maybe we're going to get this rest of the series. Everyone else is going to die, and then Tamaki is the lone hero to save the day. God, the world would be screwed. Maki says, hey, it's fine if we all die as long as we save all the people, basically. And then they're like, yep, okay, we'll figure it out, you know. We'll focus on saving ourselves afterwards. Licht says, okay, we'll find a place for the heat to escape to and we'll live. The Oze's work together. I think they end up deciding, or not deciding, that, hey, cave-ins, right? Air and heat can get through the little gaps that, you know, people can't get through, so let's send them through there, which is basically what they do. Maki does some control. Licht is telling them where to take it. The Oze's are doing their thing. Ritsu is in her little area and is like, why hasn't the bomb gone off yet? That's very strange. They send flames downward through these rock holes. What is it called? Geothermic dissipation? Dissipation. Which Licht explained it better than I can. I'm not even going to attempt it because science is hard, basically. Earth will cool the flames eventually. They said eventually, but like it happened in like 30 seconds, not even. The flames went down, so good job there. They did it. Maki saved everyone, essentially. She's the best. She's like, brother, Brose, this is how the Fire Force does the job. We ain't bad guys, we good guys. And Brose's just looking a bit like, oh, that drat, she's right. I hate it when I'm proved wrong. Everybody hates being proved wrong, but Brose especially does. Briefly head back to Giovanni and them. So Giovanni is like, it seems they failed. That's less than good. And then Shinra's like, we'll defeat you with the power of our teamwork. Arthur is gone. Where is Arthur gone? Well, he is a silent killer, it turns out. What he's done is he's emptied his thoughts, so to speak, so he can't have his mind be read. And then he just cuts off Giovanni's head. Like that. No fear. Got him immediately. Awesome. And Shinra's like, Arthur? Are you okay? And he's like, I have no thoughts, but he's got this dumb look on his face because it's Arthur and he's brilliant. Yeah, beheading Giovanni, you'd think that would kill him, but no. I guess he's done so much modification that the only part of him that's still his original body is his head. Because there's a massive bug swarm. I think he turns into a big old bug. It's pretty gross, to be honest. But yeah, head got away and he's like, Moha, you've confirmed my research was good. I will see you again later, basically. Basically, he got away. So they're going to fight at some point, which is less good for the good guys. But hey, at least he's going to get a right ass kicking when it does happen. Then we have the epilogue, so to speak, of all the, you know, let's see how everything turned out. The damage was worse than they thought. Maki asks Hinawa, hey, can I come back to the 8th? And basically, Hinawa was sort of testing her. He was like, I wanted to see if the princess had enough to go toe-to-toe with the White Clad. And she does, apparently, even though she didn't actually fight the White Clad at any point. That's besides the point. Mission accomplished. Back to the surface. Shinra is having his little thing. He's like, Lieutenant Conroe, probably an Adola burst. So I guess we'll figure that. It looks like we might figure that out next week from the preview. Preview also, we're not at the end yet, but I just figured I'd talk about it now. Preview also seems, it was called Firecat, which is also worrying because we know a Firecat and she's not very good. Maybe they'll make her good though. please make Tamaki good. I hope this is the trigger now. They're like, okay, Tamaki kind of sucks. Let's make her good. Tamaki, speaking of, is checking on Juggernaut, and the second captain says, Tokyo has to unite to fight this threat. The military and the fire force must become one. I don't know why I gave him that voice, but yeah. What else happens? Maki's parents talking. They've basically accepted she's in the fire force now because she's super strong and hard-headed and all that other stuff. At the 8th, Maki is now the platoon leader, which she doesn't have a platoon though, because they don't have enough members for a platoon basically. And then we see all of them, and they're like, the captain is like, yeah, the 8th is some tough cookies basically. We've got some good people here, and I'm like, yeah, you do. And Tamaki, which I mean, technically she's not one of them, but she is. Come on. It's weird. I find it weirder that she's not been officially moved to the 8th yet than anything else. Unless she did, you know what I mean. She's like on loan, so to speak. But that was where the episode ended. As I said, weird that we've still got 2 episodes left. But I think what's going to happen is, will we find all the pillars? Maybe not. I think Conroe will definitely be confirmed as a pillar. But other than that... Wait, hang on. I'm going to do the count again. So we got the mysterious girl is the first one. Hormeya Sho Shinra is 4. Then Nataku and Inka make 6. So Conroe's probably number 7, right? Which makes sense because he's from the 7th. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with it, but in terms of making it easy to remember, I guess. So I guess Conroe will be revealed as the 7th. Don't think we'll get the 8th revealed, but maybe we will. Maybe we will. Who can say? Who can say? But yeah, that was the end of the episode. Looking forward to seeing what happens. Like I said, next episode is called Firecat, so Tamaki will likely take center stage, which is always a concern. But maybe they'll make her good, you know? Maybe she'll be like, oh, you know what? I realized I suck. Juggernaut almost got killed, so I'm gonna be big and strong now and learn how to fight for myself, and more importantly, not have my clothes fly off in the middle of an important battle. That would be pretty good. But that's next week. What was my favorite part of this week's episode, though? Let's have a look. So my favorite part is Arthur, right? Just Arthur's dumb, awesome slice. Arthur is probably the dumbest, awesome character that I can think of in a lot of shows, at least recently. And yeah, Arthur just is his complete dunderheaded look on his face as he lops off Giovanni's head. It's completely like, he looks like an idiot, but he's just cut a man's head off. I mean, obviously it didn't quite go as we thought it would, but yeah, out of nowhere really. Pretty awesome. I liked it a lot. Not much more to add on that, it was good. Let's see where we go from here. As I said, Tamaki is always a worry, but she might be being made good, which is a good thing. Conroe, I think, is the 7th pillar. I think that's where we're going with that. So that's exciting. I don't think we're going to have any more big scraps in this season. Maybe Shinra will fight Burns again, because in the opening it shows them scrapping at the end. So maybe that'll happen. Not too sure about anything else, though. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. Let me know what you thought about the episode and stuff, and subscribe for more reviews. It makes me happy. It makes everyone happy. I'll see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.